Welcome back to our 30-day mindset shift challenge. Today is day 9. Hey, listen, I just want you to know that you don't need all the answers. You just need direction for your next move. Sometimes the mindset shift is admitting, I don't know what to do next. You don't have to force an answer. Pray for direction, seek wise counsel, pay attention, and prepare yourself to respond when direction becomes clear. Yesterday I asked you, what's already in your hand? Today, I want to ask you another question. Do you know where you're going with it? Because you can have talent and still lack direction. You can have money and still lack direction. You can have connections and still lack direction. You can have a business idea, a degree, experience, and opportunity, and still not know what your next move should be. Having resources is important, but resources without direction can have you moving without actually making progress. So I want to use our GPS analogy that we spoke about a few days ago. Think about getting in a car. You have a car, you have gas, you have the keys, you have everything necessary to move. But if you've never been to the destination before, what do? You put the destination in your GPS. Why? Because movement and direction are two different things. Some of us are exhausted because we've been moving without direction. We've been busy, working, running, trying, starting things, stopping things, saying yes to everything. But just because you're moving doesn't mean you're moving toward your destination. You don't have to know the whole route. One thing I love about GPS is that it doesn't show you every instruction at once. It tells you, take this turn, then drive, then go 2 miles. You drive, then take the next exit. That's how life works sometimes. We're asking God, show me the whole plan. And maybe the answer is, I gave you the next turn. Take it. You don't always need instructions for the next 10 years. Sometimes you need enough direction for the next 10 minutes. Stop forcing doors because you're impatient. Sometimes we know something isn't right, but because we're tired of waiting, we try to make it work anyway. Wrong relationship, wrong partnership, wrong financial decision, wrong opportunity, wrong timing. And we're trying to force the door open because we desperately want movement. But every open door isn't necessarily your door. And every closed door isn't necessarily punishment. Sometimes a closed door is protection. Sometimes it's redirection. Sometimes you're simply not ready yet. So ask God before you ask everybody else. Before I let everybody else's opinion become my GPS, I pray, God, what direction should I go? What am I not seeing? What do I need to learn? Who should I listen to? What do I need to walk away from? What do I need to prepare for? And then comes the part we sometimes struggle with, being quiet long enough to listen. Wise counsel is not the same as everybody's opinion. Seeking direction doesn't mean asking 25 people what they think. Everybody doesn't qualify to give you direction. If somebody has never been where you're trying to go, be careful about allowing them to become your GPS. Look for people with wisdom, experience, character, and fruit in the area where you're needing guidance. A mentor, a professional, a coach, a trusted leader, someone who has successfully navigated what you're trying to understand. You don't need everybody's opinion. You need qualified direction. And I'm going to always bring it back to our PRND framework. P, Prayed. I prayed before I moved. R, responded. I waited for God's response so I could respond thoughtfully instead of emotionally. That R is important because sometimes we pray and then 5 minutes later we make that same emotional decision we were going to make before we prayed. Prayer isn't supposed to be something I check off before doing whatever I already decided to do. Sometimes I need to wait for direction. N, never cease. Waiting doesn't mean quitting. While I'm waiting, I can learn, I can prepare, I can organize, I can research, I can save, I can heal, I can develop, I can build. And then we have D, driving. And when direction becomes clear, move. At some point, you got to take your foot off that brake and put it in drive. What happens when you make the wrong turn? You know what your GPS doesn't do. It doesn't say you missed the turn, your whole life is over. It says rerouting. Some of you need to stop condemning yourself over a wrong turn. You made a bad decision. Okay. What did you learn? You chose the wrong relationship. Okay. What boundary do you need now? So sometimes we just have to kind of put things into perspective for ourselves. What system are you putting in place? You took the wrong job. You trusted the wrong person. You missed an opportunity. Just reroute. A wrong turn doesn't have to become your permanent address. That's going to bring us back to our GPS. Set your GPS. Your destination. Where am I going? Where am I trying to go? Current location. Where am I right now? Direction. What do I need clarity about? Next turn. What is one responsible action I can take while seeking direction? Who can help me? What do I need to pray about? Identify one decision you've been trying to make primarily from emotion. Am I truly waiting for direction? Or am I asking God to approve a direction I've already decided to take? Our declaration for today is, I don't have to know the entire route to make my next right turn. I will pray before I move. I will seek wisdom instead of opinions. I will prepare while I wait. I will not allow impatience to choose my direction. And if I make a wrong turn, I will not park there. I will reroute. When direction becomes clear, I will put it in drive and keep driving. So your reminder for today, day 9, is that you do not need all the answers tonight. You need direction. And sometimes the biggest shift can make it becoming humble enough to say, the biggest shift you can make is being humble enough to say, God, I don't know which way to go. Show me my next turn. Then listen. Prepare. And when it's time, put it in drive. I'll see you for day 10 of the Get Your Shift Together 30-day Mindset Shift Challenge tomorrow. But until then, keep driving.